Hey there, and welcome. You know that feeling, right? You're in a conversation, and suddenly, silence. You want to ask something to keep it going, but you just don't have the right words. Well, that's exactly what we're going to fix today. We are building your essential toolkit for asking great questions in Portuguese, so you can turn that quiet into a real, flowing conversation. All right, let's jump right in. So let's start with the big question itself. How do you actually do that? How do you break through that awkward pause and create a genuine connection? You got it. It's all about asking the right questions. And in this explainer, we're going to build out your conversational toolkit piece by piece, so you have the perfect tool for absolutely any situation. So we're going to start with a framework you definitely already know, the 5 W's in an H. Who, what, where, when, why, and how. I mean, this is the absolute foundation of any good chat, no matter what language you're speaking. First tool in the box? Kin. This is your go-to anytime you're asking about a person. It's pretty much a straight swap for who or whose. Super simple, right? But wait, it gets even more useful. Now check this out, because this is where it gets really cool. Prepositions can totally change the game here. Quem, all by itself, is who. But if you add de to the front of it, it becomes whose, like in de quem são esses livros. Or add com, and boom, it's with whom. See how you can ask way more detailed questions just by adding one little word? It's awesome. Okay, next up we have como. Now this word is a real workhorse. It can mean how when you're asking about the way something's done, but it can also mean what is like when you want a description of something. And this slide shows that dual personality perfectly. Como é a vossa casa isn't asking how your house is doing, it's asking what it's like. But then, como é que vais para a escola is asking for the method, how you get there. So it's one word, but two incredibly useful functions. Let's talk about finding things. Onde is your word. It just means where. It's perfect for asking about a fixed spot, a static location. Onde está o meu telemóvel? Where's my phone? Super straightforward. But what about when things are moving? Well, just like with came, those little prepositions are about to become your new best friends. De onde asks about where you came from. Aonde, or para onde, is all about your destination, where you're going to. And por onde asks about the route, the way you went through. So the key takeaway here is, onde is for being still, but once you add a preposition, it's all about movement. All right, let's grab an easy one. Quando. This is your key to unlocking anything and everything related to time. It's simply when. And here it is in a natural little back and forth. Quando é que vocês chegaram? When did you arrive? It's direct, it's effective, and it gets you the information you need about timing. Do you want to know the reason for something? Well, the word you need is porqué. This is your why. And honestly, this is the question that really opens the door to deeper conversations and real understanding. Just look at this little dialogue here. Someone changes their plans, and the immediate natural response is ¿por qué? It's a direct invitation for them to explain more. This is exactly how you show someone you're actually listening and you're interested. Okay, lean in for this one, because this is a really important distinction that trips a lot of people up. You've got que and qual. They can both sometimes translate as what or which, but they are not interchangeable. The secret? It all comes down to choice. You use que for general, open-ended questions about definitions or types. The que cor é o teu carro asks, what color is your car? But you use qual when you're making a specific choice from a group of options, even an imaginary one. So, qual é o teu chapéu de chuva means which one of these umbrellas is yours. Just remember, que for definition, qual for selection. So we've got who, what, where, when, and why covered. Now let's add another absolutely crucial tool to our kit: how to ask how much or how many. Let's talk quantity. To ask how much or how many, your word is quanto, but here's the catch, and it's an important one. It has to agree with the noun you're talking about, so it can change to quanta, quantos, or quantas, depending on whether the noun is masculine, feminine, singular, or plural. Let's break down these examples. For something singular and masculine, like bilhete, ticket, it's just quanto. But for a plural masculine noun like anos, years, it becomes quantos. And for a plural feminine noun like cadeiras, chairs, you guessed it, it's quantas. It's really all about making sure your question word matches the thing you're asking about. All right, now I'm going to let you in on a fantastic little trick that will instantly make you sound so much more natural when you're speaking. Let's talk about adding a bit of punch to your questions. The magic phrase is que. Seriously, in spoken Portuguese, people use this all the time. You just pop it in right after your question word to give it a little extra oomph. It doesn't really change the meaning, it just adds this natural rhythm and emphasis that is super, super common. And look how simple it is. Onde moras is totally correct, but onde é que moras just sounds a little more emphatic, a little more conversational. Same thing with como te chamas versus como é que te chamas. Just think of it like a little booster you can add to almost any question to make it sound more authentic. Okay, wow, we have covered a lot of ground. So let's boil it all down into a simple, easy to remember checklist that you can take with you. Here are the 3 big things to remember. First, get comfortable with your main tools, those core question words we went over. Second, if you want to sound more like a local, just sprinkle in que for emphasis. And third, never forget that prepositions are your secret weapon for asking more detailed, more interesting questions. And why is all this so important? Well, because as Thomas Berger put it, asking questions isn't just about getting your grammar right. It's about being curious, it's about learning, and it really is the engine that drives all knowledge and all human connection. So, with your brand new toolkit all ready to go, I'm going to leave you with one final question, in Portuguese, of course. Qual é a primeira pergunta que vais fazer? What is the first question you are going to ask?